The Grizzlies hosted the Warriors in an amazing back-and-forth contest. These two teams just trading body blow after body blow at the end of the game. Ja Morant had a couple chances to put the Grizzlies ahead, perhaps for good, and this one in particular with the left hand was off and gave the Warriors Game 1 in Memphis.
And a contrast of styles entering this series, because the Golden State Warriors, led by their Splash Brothers and now adding Jordan Poole into the mix, have unlimited range, and their offensive wizardry, in particular from three, has just been unmatched. And then you had the Memphis Grizzlies, who are going to do all of the dirty work statistics. Offensive rebounds, fast break points, points in the paint. So it's a contrast of styles and wills. And a young and up-and-coming team, as you mentioned, versus a seasoned veteran team. And those storylines literally played out throughout this game. As they dared Ja to shoot the three early, he did, and then he got going. They did a terrific job of defending Bane the entire game. And then the benches came in. Melton played well for Memphis. And then Jordan Poole was just a revelation, shooting them back in the game. Like, that's literally what he did. And the elephant in the room was the Draymond Green ejection. And so as that play took place, Jacoby, when you really look at it, he did whack him across the face and the head. He did try to grab his jersey to not make him fall so intense. So for me, I felt like, in particular during a playoff game, that should be a flagrant one. I clearly respect the job the officials do. Almost like a center in football, you really don't say their name until they make a mistake. But what ends up happening is there are judgment calls in all of sports, in particular in the NBA. Let me teach you some. First quarter calls, fourth quarter calls, rookie calls, vet calls, block charge, over the back, reach in, and here's the one, travel. And so a lot of times the officials are paying attention to everything that is happening like a computer. That's why it's three of them out there, and then you have officiators at the desk, and you also have Secaucus watching. And so they know what's happening time and place with every single person. So if I'm standing next to Reggie Miller and it's a playoff game and we both reach in and they know that it's gonna put him in foul trouble, he marquee, I'm gonna get the foul. But that's a part of the game. So therefore, you're supposed to be looking for reasons to keep Draymond in the game, not the opposite. And that's what I felt took place. And it doesn't minimize the hit on Brandon Clark, but it does highlight the fact that things should and will be called different when it's playoff time.
That absolutely should have been a flagrant one and not a flagrant two. I was shocked when I watched them announce that he was leaving the game. But what did you think about his response? The way that he was hyping up the crowd and running around and bouncing around and giving everybody a pound? What do you think about the way Draymond handled it?
I mean, he from the mitten. He represents Saginaw pride. And I know he was angry, and I know he was hurt. Because you got to remember, the Golden State Warriors could have another championship if Draymond Green didn't get ejected with his altercation with LeBron James, his interaction with LeBron James during that playoff game. And so I know he was thinking, please win this game for me. Like, the emotion that he showed out was just an exhale that he wasn't going to be able to do for the rest of the game. The thought was, please win this game for me. And you saw him come back out there rocking his Buffaloes, giving his team dap as they was walking towards the locker room. Because he understands what you and I understand. They don't win that game and he gets ejected. That becomes the storyline. And that's what I appreciate about his teammates. Andrew Wiggins was getting loose balls playing with hustle. Kaminga played some minutes. Did you see Gary Payton II dunk? Did you see young fella parachute through the lane and take off the way he did? So they upped their level of play while Draymond Green was out in order to hold it down for him. Clay made a big shot late after Steph missed a big shot late. But also for Memphis, the time management was poor. Like, You had a chance to foul in the backcourt. I know you're thinking about fouling Steph and Poole and Clay, but then you finally foul. You let too much time go off the clock. Clay goes to the line. He actually misses.